All right, welcome back. This time we're going to do some math problem. Go to the handbook of your FE handbook and go to the math section. Take a look at the problem right here. So we have equation 3x plus 7y plus 2 is equal to 0. They want to know what is the which one of those line below is a perpendicular to this one. You know from the handbook, y is equal mx plus b. That's the equation of a line, and that's the slope. Also, if I write this right here in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, we can find this slope two different ways. One is make this equation look like that. The other one is a shortcut you don't see in a handbook. It's it tells you m is equal minus a divided by b or minus 3 divided by 7. But let's find out if really that's true. So I'm going to make this like that. I'm going to go ahead and just isolate y. I have 7y equal, that would be minus 3x minus 2. Divided by 7y, it becomes minus 3 divided by 7, and minus 2 divided by 7. This will be x here. So our y is going to be equal minus 3 over 7x minus 2 over 7. And you can see the slope is the same way. But also in the handbook it says, you know what, if you want to go perpendicular, your m is going to be minus 1 over m1. So if this is the m1, or it doesn't matter, it'll be reversed and negative. But you got to be careful here. If I do that, I say, okay, that's going to be minus 1 over minus 3 over 7, which is equal to 7 over 3. So the slope of the next line is going to be 7 over 3. That's going to be our m1 or m of the perpendicular line. And when you look at those equations that you have right on there, which one is going to fit? And we said, okay, slope is equal to minus a over b. Therefore, it's got a c is the one that's going to fit. C is going to have minus b, it'd be minus a over b, which is equal to minus, okay, our a is and c is 7, and b is minus 3, so which is equal to 7 over 3, which is the same as that. So C is the correct answer. This second problem, we have a line and we have two intercept point on a line, and we'd like to know what is the equation of that line. First, we're going to find the slope. From your handbook, the slope is given m is equal y2 minus y1, divide that by x2 minus x1. Okay, and that's going to become basically 5 minus 0 divided by 0 minus 8. So that become minus 5 over 8. That's our slope of our line. Because we have a double intercept, we can say, you know what, in x, our intercept is 8. And plus in y-intercept, the second line is 5. And that should equal 1. And if I go ahead and clean that up and make a least common denominator be 8 times 5 is 40. So I'm going to go ahead and use 40. We say 40 multiplied by x divided by 8 plus y divided by 5. And that is equal 40. And if I go ahead and clean that up, that become 5x plus 8y is equal 40. And you look at the question, number d will take care of it. Or we can say 5x plus 8y minus 40 is equal 0. Once you see the 40, it's only one of them has the 40 in it, so you don't have to even go further than that. You can. Okay, this next problem, it says for a triangle shown below, what is the angle A? I mean, this is a sine and cosine law. So c squared in this case is going to be 6 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times both of them, 6 times 12 times cosine angle between them, which is a 53 degree. And that should give us 93.34. Now we're going to use sine law. In sine law, we're going to say, okay, 90, that's a 93, so therefore c is going to be square root of that. So square root of that is going to be 9.66. And if I use sine law, it's going to be 966, which is this right here, divided by sine 53, opposite angle, equal, the question asking for angle A, which we don't know. That means the opposite is 12. So 12 divided by sine of A. And therefore, if you do cross multiplication, sine A times 9.66, which is 53. Divide both sides by 966 and inverse sine A, your A come out to be 82.8. You know how to do that, right? Use your calculator, inverse sine, and figure that out. That will be a good exercise for you. Okay, next problem is on you. Figure it out, please. I'd like to see your feedback down below the description. Okay, next problem says that the equation of the circle is given by x squared plus y squared minus 16x plus 14y and plus 32 is equal 0. They want to know what is the center and radius of the circle. This is the equation of the circle, okay? So we're going to go ahead and make this look like this. This h and k become basically the, that's going to be your x and y, and then the radius is radius. We're going to use the squaring method. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this equation. X squared minus 16x. I'm going to leave a space. Come back in here, put y squared plus 14y. Leave a space. Take 32, put on the other side, equal minus 32. Now I'm going to fill in the hole here. Remember, the coefficient of x is 16. The coefficient of y is 14. If I take this number divided by 2, take 16 divided by 2, which is equal 8, then square 8, which is equal 64. That's what I'm looking for. So that's the number I'm looking for. So I'm going to say plus 64 right here. Plus 64. I'm going to take coefficient of y, which is 14. Divide that by 2 is 7. 7 squared is 49, plus 49. Now you have to be fair. You add 64, you got to add 64 here. You add 49, you got to add 49 here. Okay, let's do this again. Now this will become basically because that's a minus, that become x minus 8 squared. And then this become plus y plus 7 squared. Okay, this right here, it become that. And then if you add all that up, 32, 64, 49 plus 64 minus 32, that comes out to be 81, which is r squared. So that become r squared. That means my r is equal 9. And x minus h, my h is going to be, so my h is going to be 8. Y minus 7, there's no minus here, so my y is minus 7 here. There's your answer. Okay, now is your turn. Go ahead and see if you can solve that one. I want to find out the length of this line right here, and that's given from your handbook. Probably look for it is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared and minus r squared. That's basically the equation of a circle. So I'll plug number in, and that's going to be x is this was 10, 1, and the circle was 4 and 6 right here. And this is a 3. So now I'm going to have 10 minus 4 squared plus 1 minus 6 squared, and then minus 3 squared. That gives me 7.21. Okay? So now I'm going to say, okay, the tangent is what? Opposite divided by side, right? So the alpha is equal, well, let me just say tangent alpha. In this case, is going to be basically 3 divided by 721, where alpha is equal tangent inverse of 3 divided by 721. And that should give us 22.6. Okay, you do the next one. Okay, look at the next problem. It says, what is the direction and the cosine of the vector? Well, let's get the length of the vector itself. And we're going to look at it. It's going to be 5 squared plus 6 squared. This is a vector. It's really easy. And minus 3 squared, which will be plus 3 squared in this case anyway. We take the individual, and then they're going to come out to 8.367. And the unit vector is basically this, what you have out there, which is a 5i plus 6j minus 3k, and divide that by 8.37, and that comes out to 0.598 I plus 0.717 j and minus 0.3959 k. If you have something like this on the EIT exam, do it. I got a favor to ask you. If you have taken the exam or you want to take the exam, please, if you can remember as much as questions as possible, email it to me. That way I can put a video with all the exam that the student has sent. Here's another easy one. What is the product of dot product? What is the dot product of A, B of unit vector? A is equal to 3i and B is equal to 2i. I'll review the dot product on your handbook. There's nothing to it. It's pretty easy, and you can do this in 20 seconds. This one is dot product, so it really is A dot B, and that's going to be basically 3 times 2, and that's the time I, and that's going to come out to 6. Let's do the next one. They're pretty easy, so you should do this in like bang, bang, 2 seconds. What is A times B? And they gave you A, B, and C. So second one is going to be A dot B is equal 1 times 3 plus 2 times 2 plus 1 times negative 1 plus 1 times 1, and if you add that up, that should come out to 6 also. You do the next one while I erase this board. Okay, they're giving you this, look at this problem. What is the determinant of the matrix shown? This is really easy. Once you know how you do it, it should take you less than 30 seconds or 40 seconds to do this problem. So you write the matrix down like this, and then you're going to repeat these two columns again. 2, 7, minus 2, 1, 4, 2. Okay? Then you're going to come in, you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, take this one, go like diagonal. So there's going to be like right here. Now do the next one. So that's going to be 1 right here. It's going to involve right this. And then do the next one, which is going to be right this one right here. Involve right this right here. Okay? I don't want to make too much mess. I'm going to just repeat that board. I'm going to go and say, okay, 2. So now I want to do the same thing in a reverse order. So I'm going to start from 1 right here. And it's going to be like this. And the next one is going to be like this one right here. And the next one is going to be this one right here. This minus this. What do I mean by that? So I'm going to go ahead and write it right here. I'm going to say, okay, that is 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 5. Let's put a big parenthesis around that one. And then it's going to be plus this one. So this 3 number multiply each other plus this 3 number multiply each other plus this one here. Then minus all these 3. So it's going to be plus 1 times 2 times negative 2, then plus 3. So plus, I still got this one, 3 times 7 times 2. Close the parentheses. Now this whole thing minus this one here. And this one is going to be minus, minus this, which is going to be 1 times 7 times 5 plus 2 times 2 times 2 plus 3 times 4 times negative 2. And if you add them all up, it comes out to 59. So that's a determinant. All right, that's the easiest way. So you've done integration. So I'm going to say, okay, A is equal. That's not good. See, this won't work. A is equal integration of go green. 2 to 5. And that was, I'm sorry, I'm having an issue here. 3x squared dx, which is equal. If I integrate this, that become basically, let's leave the 3. X squared become x cubed. Because it became x cubed, we got divided by 3 also. And really, that's it. Then you're going to have from 2 to 5. So 3 cancel each other. You're going to have x cubed 2 to 5, which is equal 2 by power 3. Say it again. So it's going to be 5 by power 3 minus 2 by power 3, and that gives us 117. Didn't take long. You do the next one. It should take you less than 20 seconds. Integration of that. So that's, again, it's easy. It's x cubed minus x minus plus 1. And you do a lot of these. Practice, practice, because there will be some of these questions on exam. So that's going to be x by power 4 divided by 4 minus x by power 2 divided by 2 plus x plus c. And that should be right there. You try the next one, and I do the next one. This one, it says what is it, 2 from 2 to 4, 1 over x squared dx. 1 over x squared is the same as x by power negative 2 dx. This is how I do it, it's a lot easier for me that way. Now if I raise this by a power higher will be 1 higher than negative 2 become negative 1. Remember that. So they become x by power negative 1 divided by negative 1. So x by power negative 1 same as a 1 over x. But also, so that become minus 1 over x. Then you can go ahead and put in 2 and 4 in here. So it's going to become minus 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2, which is 1/4. You do the next one. The whole idea is do a lot of practice. I practiced civil engineering for many years and I love it. And if you love civil engineering, you really don't have a choice. You got to pass this exam because you need to have your PE. Good luck to you. I love your feedback.